Today we are taking over at Juventus for the next 10 seasons to see how many trophies they can win and how they will fare on the Takeover leaderboard. This Juventus side have of course had a big overhaul, bringing in players like Douglas Luiz, Cup Miners, Conceição, Gonzalez and even Di Gregorio in goal. So it's going to be very exciting to see how we will fare during those 10 seasons. A little reminder of how the points tally works. You get 5 points for winning the UEFA Champions League, the big one. 3 points for winning the domestic league, Serie A in this case. Also 3 points for winning the Europa League or the Europa Conference League. And finally 1 point for winning any other cup competition. So far we have Real Madrid atop the leaderboard on 70 points. Same actually as Arsenal, also on 70. And then the two next best are Chelsea and Barcelona, both also on 66 points. You might already have seen it, but I have changed the formation from a back 3 to a back 2, back 4 actually, and I put McKennie, a bit of a controversial one, at right back, because we don't have enough fullbacks. Kalulu has also made the way from Milan to Juventus. But yeah, as I said, not enough fullbacks, so we might just go in for one left back. I have decided to go for the gegenpressing tactical vision for Juventus during those 10 seasons. We have done a lot of business here in the first transfer window, selling Wojciech Szczesny to Roma for 28.7 million, Perin to Napoli for 13 million, loaning out Yildiz. Pinzolio goes to Monza for 1 million, third or fourth string goalkeeper. Cabal, who they just bought in real life, goes to Benfica on loan for 2 years. Milik goes to Frankfurt for 33 million. De Winter gets sold to Southampton, he's been sold in real life as well. And then Artur, who also left the club in real life, I believe, 19.5 million to Torino. And Danilo, a very big one, 21.2 million, former captain of Juventus, goes to Nice. Which now means that we have 286 million, nearly 300 million to go in for 3 players. First off, we go in for a big Portuguese centre-back, left-footed centre-back as well, who will slot into our starting 11, I suppose. He's only 21, from Sporting, a club we just rebuilt about a couple of weeks ago. A couple of days ago, should I say. 44 million. Next up, we go in for a very big one. A player we take out of Spurs. We want to teach him how to win trophies, because that's what he's not done all his career long. He's already 31, 87 rated. It is Heung-min Son coming in, 74 million. Of course, we have to make the transfers to be able to catch up to the others on the Takeover leaderboard. A big player in. Third and final player we bring in is a player whose value will probably explode in the future. A backup goalkeeper, as we don't have one at the moment. Di Gregorio is our starter, and this guy will probably take over in a couple of seasons. It is the French keeper Guillaume Restes joining us from Toulouse. He was approached by Strasbourg already, so we snapped him up for 17 million. I'm also setting up a youth academy in Italy for 9 months. A 5-star scout in Vlatko Dordevic goes there. So this is how we are looking like for the first season. Inacio slots right into that starting 11. He's 21, 80 overall. The fullbacks we couldn't do a lot about, but I've recalled Pellegrini was on loan to Lazio. Restes is the backup goalkeeper, 1875. And finally we have our top player here in Heung-min Son, who takes over at the left wing spot. Of course, that puts Conceição onto the bench. Gonzalez goes onto his preferred right position. I've also made Bremer the captain, as he's been at the club for the longest amount of time, alongside Locatelli. We can also already change Weston McKennie's position, the American, from a centre midfielder to a right back. I'm really keen to see it. Stays at a 78, but it'll only take him about First season is done and dusted, and we finish down in 8th place. How has that happened? An atrocious season in Serie A. We, however, do win the Coppa Italia. How insane is that? We finish 8th, but we win the Coppa Italia. Crazy. We were, of course, in no European competitions, but Vlahovic has still scored 21 goals, up to an 87 at 24 years of age. A man for present and future. Gonzalez with 17 as well. Where with 8 goals then. Douglas Luiz with 6. Son a bit disappointing, up to an 88, but only 6 goals. I mean, the ratings suggest that the team is on the right track. Cambiaso needs replacing. So does probably McKennie, to be honest. The midfield is fine for now, but we have to improve on our finish next season. Quite a hilarious first season. Only 8th, abysmal in the league, but winner of Coppa Italia. Let's see what we can do in the second season. Our first signing in season number 2 is a backup striker to Vlahovic. He needed that. I know you guys like him. I like him too. It's Benjamin Sesko coming in for 50 million from RB Leipzig. The next man we buy is a man from Bayern Munich, a centre-back, 27-year-old. He played in Serie A before. Making a return, it is Kim Min-jae joining Juventus for 69 million. A final signing to wrap up the transfer window. A new left back. We lacked, of course, in that position, I told you before. That's why we signed a player from Real Madrid. It is Fran Garcia. Wanted to sign him last season. Didn't have the facilities somehow. In the process, we have gotten rid of both left backs, Pellegrini and Frabotta, with the arrival of Garcia. Gonzalez goes to Coventry City. Vitale is a man we just brought up from the youth. He's already 70 rated at 18 years of age. He goes on loan to Porto, the left winger. Nantes goes to Udinese on loan, just like Yildiz as well. So this is how the team is coming together. Inacio drops to the bench for now. Kim Min-jae is the better player at this moment in time. We still have 2 centre-backs here on the reserves, one of whom I want to get rid of. Most probably Gatti, who has the lesser potential. Sesko is now on the bench, 21, 81. Kim Min-jae, of course, the starter, 27, 85. And Garcia also taking the starting spot from Cambiaso, 25 and 80 overall. We also have 3 quite good youth academy players, 2 of whom are still converting to right winger and striker respectively. And Fiore, CDM 1757. I'm going to season number 2, and once again it is disappointment. 6th spot in Serie A. At least we got European football, but nowhere near Milan in first. However, we do pick up our first point of the season, defeating Napoli in the EA Sports FC Super Cup. 1 point. We do lose against the same Napoli though in the Coppa Italia final, so that is a point missed. We were of course active in the Europa League and we absolutely got spanked by Galatasaray and Apoel. How bad are we? 3rd place in the Europa League group stage. 4 points of Apoel. Wow. Which means that we got transferred to the preliminary round of the Europa Conference League where we defeated Athens. We even just about squeezed by Aberdeen in the round of 16. We defeated Sevilla 6-3. That's more like it in the quarters. We even defeated Anderlecht. We spanked them in fact to face once again Napoli. And this time we defeat them again, 3 points onto the leaderboard, even though you can discuss if they were deserved or not. But we get the 3 points for winning the Europa Conference League. We have 19 for Vlahovic, 18 for Gonzalez, 13 for Šeško, the new man, 9 goals for McKennie from right back. I mean, he's played the most games by a country mile as well, 60 games. Looking at the team, clearly McKennie needs upgrading next season. Maybe even the centre midfield in Coop Miners and Douglas Luiz. Son also is coming towards the decline of his career. Vlahovic 91, he's great, just like the centre-back partnership. Di Gregorio is 82, Restes comes closer. We have collected 4 points in Season 2, 5 points after a couple of seasons. We have to do much better, especially in Serie A, in Season number 3. First signing of Season number 3 is a big right back. We certainly need world-class right backs right now. That's where we get in Trent Alexander-Arnold for 100 million from Real Madrid. The second very big player we go in for is a 20-year-old, 85 overall already, a centre midfielder by the name of Pablo Gavi, joining us from Man United in this save for 114 million. We then proceed to make a lot of saves. Nicolo Rovella goes to Fiorentina for 63 million. Di Gregorio to Brighton for 29. That's because I want to do something on that position. Timothy Weah to Crystal Palace for 25.9, which makes us have 243 million for one single player to buy in Season 3. Some of you guys will not like this transfer at all, but in fact it only shows what kind of a guy this guy is. He doesn't care about where he plays. certainly is Italy's number one. It is Gianluigi Donnarumma, the former AC Milan goalkeeper. AC Milan fans, cover your eyes in horror. But Gianluigi Donnarumma is coming in for 80 million. His contract was expiring. And so this is our team for season number 3 with the additions of Trent Alexander-Arnold, 2688, Donnarumma, 2689. And of course, Pablo Gavi, 2085, a man for present. And he's done and dusted. And although we had 10 draws, we are the champions of Italy for the first time on 88 points. 8 points ahead of Inter, 3 points onto the leaderboard. Make that 4 because we've also defeated Napoli in the EA Sports FC Super Cup, 2-0. We, however, don't win the Coppa Italia as Inter win that over Roma. We have been knocked out shamelessly in the round of 16 by Parma. And of course, this season we've been in the Europa League where we topped our group just about ahead of Ipswich. What are they doing in the Europa League? Round of 16, we absolutely cruised by young boys 4-1. For the finals, we defeated Borussia Dortmund. We are on to something serious this season. Semi-finals, we even thumped Galatasaray 6-2. To face Spurs, it's basically a guaranteed trophy or even not. We have lost on penalties to Spurs. 23 goals for Vlahovic, 23 for Son, 12 for Gonzalez, 10 for Douglas. I mean, Son and Vlahovic are really the real deals here, but Son is down to an 85, so we need to see what we will do with him in the future. The team is in very good shape. Vlahovic 92, our marksman. We have Gabi up to an 87, Kim Min-jae 87, Bremer 89, Donnarumma 89, Garcia and Son 85. We have collected 4 points in Season 3, 9 points after 3 seasons. Let's see what we can do in Season number 4. First signing of Season number 4 is for a new left winger. We said to substitute both wingers, and that's what we are doing right now. Bringing in the Belgian Manchester City winger Jeremy Doku for 63 million. As well as going in for an absolute super talent on the other wing. A German, 2485 from Atalanta in this save. It is Karim Adeyemi joining us from Atalanta for 84 million. Those are the 2 only signings we make in season number 4. Doku, left winger, 2484. And Adeyemi in the starting 11, 2485. Son is still there, but Doku is there to take his place. He's 9 years younger and only 1 overall lower. Once again, I've also loaned out players like Silvestri, the youth academy player, Yildiz to Getafe. Conceição sold him for 46.3 million to Lazio. Vitale then also gets, finally, a loan move to Girona, also a... He's done and dusted, and we have fallen back into 3rd place, 10 points behind Milan. Not a great season in the Serie A. We, however, do win our first point of the season in the EAFC Super Cup against Milan, 3-2. The Coppa Italia goes to Napoli, who dismantled Milan in the final. Well, we have been knocked out by Napoli in the semis on away goals as well. That ancient rule still exists in Italy. In a tough group alongside Liverpool, Porto and Celtic, we come second behind Liverpool. Round of 16, we got knocked out by Real Madrid, of course. The Kings of Europe, the most difficult opponent you could ask for. I mean, the goals are a bit bleak. 17 for Son, who is down to an 84. 14 for Vlahovic. 12 for Sesko, who has at least stepped up a little bit. 11 for Gonzalez and 10 for Newman Doku. 8 for the other Newman, Adeyemi. The team is looking very fine, although they are very unhappy because we didn't have the greatest of seasons. Son might get replaced by Doku. We do that right away. He's, of course, much younger. Son, although top scorer, he will only go down from here. As you can see on the manager rating, the board aren't really happy with me. Hopefully we can turn that around in Season 5. I have a little bit of an issue with our centre midfield. Douglas Luiz wanted to leave the club already last season. I couldn't show you that because he's already left. And so I've bought a replacement who is higher rated from Chelsea, 26-year-old. Enzo Fernandez joining us for 140 million. However, it doesn't stop there, as we've also gone in for a new left back. Fran Garcia was a bit stagnating at 27.85. I've brought in a player who is about the same age but higher in overall. It is Alphonso Davies coming in for 10 million plus Fran Garcia from Chelsea again. And finally, a German goalkeeper, a very young one, 19 years old, 84 overall already, probably the Manuel Neuer regen. You know that I love these guys, these regens, and I'm gonna probably loan him out for the first season. It is Jakob Fischer joining us from the free agency list. I couldn't pass up on that opportunity. So guys, what are we looking at here? 26-year-old 88 rated Fernandez at center midfield, replacing Koop Miners, who goes to the bench now, 29-86. We have an 87 rated Davies at left back, replacing of course our former left back in Fran Garcia. Cambiaso goes onto the bench, or stays on the bench, shall I say. We have Adeyemi up to an 87, Vlahovic 92, Doku 86. A very, very good first 11, a very good bench as well. Here it is then, we have sold Norge to Burnley for 11.2 million. Fischer has gone to Man United of all clubs on loan for 1 season. Miretti has been sold for 53.5 million to Roma, because we didn't really need him anymore. Longo goes on loan to Bournemouth for a year. Another of those. Season 5, and once again we haven't won the league. 78 points, second place behind Inter. A bit unfortunate, 6 points behind them. No points in Serie A. We do, however, win the EAFC Sports Super Cup. So 1 point onto the leaderboard in Season 5. We don't win the Coppa Italia as Milan defeat us in the final there, 1-0. That is unfortunate. In the Champions League, we came second in our group behind Leverkusen. Round of 16, where are we? We absolutely ran riot with Dortmund, 8-2. Quarterfinals, we defeated Barcelona at their home ground. Then in the semis, we defeated Arsenal. We thumped them, in fact, 7-3 to face Leipzig of all teams, which we beat. So make that the first 5 points. The first time we win the Champions League. We still have a lot of work to do. We haven't won the Serie A. We have just won it once, in fact. So, yeah, we are on 16 points after 5 seasons, after half the takeover. A lot of work still to be done. We kick off Season 6 by buying someone from Villarreal in Spain. An Italian, a centre-forward who can also play on the wings, where I'm going to use him. He's 21, 86 overall. It is Alex Longo joining us for 100 million from Villarreal. The second player we go in for this transfer window in the 6th season is a new centre-back, 29, 91 rated. His contract was expiring from PSG. Star centre-back Ronald Araujo joining us for 96 million. A third and final signing to ensure the future of this football club. Central midfielder, 17 years old, from Belgium. Mauro Adam joining us from the free agency lists at Juventus. We changed Newman Alex Longo's position from a centre-forward to a left-winger, and he stays at an 86. Kalulu goes to Liverpool for 45 million. Adam goes on loan to Monaco, the man we just bought. Kenan Yildiz goes to Roma for 25 million. So this is our final squad for season number 6. We have a fantastic team. Only a couple of players, 3-4 players under the overall of 90. First game of the season in the UEFA Super Cup for a first point. It is against Rome, against Atletico Madrid, and we get the win. 1-0, Doku with the goal. 1 point on this done and dusted, and once again we win Serie A. 3 points onto the leaderboard, 5 points ahead of Inter. We lose the EA Sports FC Super Cup final though to Milan. Milan also wins the Coppa Italia over Atalanta. We have been knocked out in the semis to Atalanta. And last but not least, Juventus topped the group ahead of Celtic in Group H. We then proceed to beat Leverkusen in the round of 16. We even beat PSG in the quarters. And Liverpool in the semis to face City in the final. But we don't win it, we lose to Man City. There go the 5 points. 20 goals for backups right winger Gonzalez is a bit mad. 19 for Vlahovic. I mean, I wanted him in the 20s, but oh well. The squad is coming together nicely. We have a lot of players in their 90s. We have Doku 89, Adeyemi 89, Locatelli 88 and Davies 89 who are still not in the 90s. In the starting 11, all the others 90 or above. A very good season that couldn't be crowned, unfortunately, with a Champions League trophy. But oh well, we have won the UEFA Super Cup. We've also won Serie A, 4 points in this 6th season. We only signed one single player in Season 7, and it's a man for the future especially. 19-year-old from Borussia Dortmund. A Frenchman, certainly the Karim Benzema region. Raphael Roux joining us for 70 big million from Borussia Dortmund. I haven't sold anyone this season, just added Rue to the reserves as a third string striker behind Vlahovic and Šeško. This team is fantastic, it has to win a lot more trophies. Season 7 is done and dusted, and we are comfortably once again the champions of Serie A for the second time in a row. 19 points out of Inter and Milan. What a season. We collect yet another point for winning the EA Sports FC Super Cup against Milan as well. We however do lose the Coppa Italia final narrowly to Inter. In the Champions League, we topped our group in flying colours, 9 points out of both Leipzig and Valencia. Round of 16, we just about overcame Manchester City 4-3. Quarterfinals, we destroyed Monaco 5-2. Semi-finals, we even destroyed Bayern 6-2. To face Milan, who we beat, another 5 points onto the leaderboard. 25 goals from Vlahovic, that's what I want to see. I mean, that's a season where he delivers. 95 overall, 18 goals for backup striker Šeško, 16 for Adeyemi and Doku, Longo with 13. That's a great season. The team is absolutely menacing. I mean, just look at them overalls. I don't see one player apart from Locatelli who isn't in their 90s. That tells you a lot about the quality, the strength, and the potential of this team. There are 3 seasons to go. We have collected 9 points in Season 7, 29 after 7 seasons, and hopefully in the last 3, we can at least get out of the bottom spot. Manchester United, of course, on 32 points. We buy 2 new players in Season 8, first one being a centre midfielder, 25-88 overall from Portugal. It is João Neves, whose contract was expiring at Wolfsburg for 80 million coming into the club. The second player we signed is a new goalkeeper, backing up Donnarumma, also an Italian, maybe Donnarumma's pre-gen. He's 22-89 overall. It is Manuel Giordano, a regen, coming in for 75 million plus Restes. I might just sell Coop Minus this season because he will only decrease from here. Neves is now on the bench, he's 25-88. And Giordano also, 89 at 23 years of age. I said I would only go in for 2 players this season, but unfortunately Gonzalo Inacio injured himself for very long time, for about 4 months, so I needed to act on the market. I found a 22-year-old centre-back, 85 rated from Liverpool. Francisco Duarte for 63.5 million from Liverpool. First competitive game of the season against Dortmund in the UEFA Super Cup. Can we get our first point of the season? No, we actually lose 1-0, that is bad. Musa's ball is done and dusted, and we finish in 3rd place, 5 points behind Inter, so no Serie A title this season. No Super Cup either in the EA Sports Super Cup as Inter defeat Milan on penalties. We have been knocked out by Milan in the semis. We however do make our first point of Season 8, defeating Atalanta in the Coppa Italia 4-3, what a final. We also topped our group in the Champions League, 9 points ahead of Salzburg in 2nd. Quite an easy group, I have to say. Round of 16 though, we overcame Chelsea 5-3. We also overcame PSG in the quarters 3-2 just about. Thumped Inter in the semis, and the other Milan side we will face in the final. And we beat them in a crazy game, 5-4. Can you imagine that? But we collect 5 points, that's great. I mean, 26 goals for a 95 rated Vlahovic. He's really coming into his own league here in the last couple of seasons. 18 for Šeško. He's very good as well, 89 rated. 13 for Adeyemi, 91. 91 rated Doku with 12. And even the Youth Academy product, Silvestri, with 11 goals. We have built an absolute super team here. You cannot argue against it. Bremer has gone down to an 89. Locatelli 88. We might just see what we can do there. I mean, Bremer still the second highest rated centre-back. Locatelli is highly rated as Thuram, who is 3 years younger. We have won the Champions League back-to-back, and we have collected 6 points in this 8th season. 35 after 8 seasons, so still 2 seasons to go to further climb on that leaderboard. Season 9 has started with a new signing, a CDM replacing a 33-year-old Manuel Locatelli, who is now 88 rated. We go in for the 10-year younger Oscar Rivera in a swap deal for Locatelli plus 32.7 million from Ipswich Town. Second player we go in for is a new right back who is only 21, 83 rated, an exciting prospect. In Oli Francis from Aston Villa, 55 million he cost us. In the meantime, we have sold both Weston McKennie, as we've now got a new right back, as well as Kim Min-jae to Milan for 30.3 million. The two transfers that we've made are enough for this season. Francis and Rivera, 21.83 and 23.86, both on the reserves. I'm still trying to sell Gonzalez, who is now 85 rated only. Here is the opportunity to grab the first point of the season. Vlahovic is, of course, suspended against Athletic Bilbao in the UEFA Super Cup, but we still get the win. 2-1, Doku and Enzo score our goals. First point in Season 9. At the end of the window, we were able to sell Nicolas Gonzalez to Inter of all clubs for 40 million, but I wanted to get rid of him, and that's what we did. Season 9 is done and dusted, and by the skin of our teeth, we are once again the Serie A champions. 1 point ahead of Atalanta and 2 ahead of both Milan and Inter. What a title race between the 4 of them. We collect yet another point for winning the EA Sports Super Cup over Inter, 1 point onto the leaderboard. No points in the Coppa Italia as Milan win that on penalties over Napoli. We have been knocked out in the round of 16 by Genoa, that wasn't great. We however did top our group in flying colours in Group G ahead of Leverkusen, 9 points out of them, perfect, 6 wins out of 6. Round of 16, where are we? We defeated Athletic Club. Quarterfinals, we even just about overcame Leverkusen. Semi-finals, we trashed Arsenal 7-4. To face Liverpool, who we beat, 5 points onto the leaderboard once more. What a successful season. We are looking at 18 goals by Adeyemi, 16 by Vlahovic, 15 by Silvestri, who is up to 90 overall. Vlahovic has gone down. Doku up to a 92, 14 goals, 12 assists. What a player. 9 goals, 6 assists for Alex Longo, who we just bought a couple of seasons ago. The team isn't looking bad either. I mean, look at that front three. Look at that midfield. Gavi 94, Fernandez 91 still. Neves 90. We have Bremo, who is down to an 87. He could get replaced by Inacio here, who is a left-sided centre-back though, so he goes on the left. Araujo still at 32. He's gone down also. 10 points alone in Season 9. We have collected 45 points after 9 seasons. Let's jump into the final season and see where we land. In the takeover leaderboard at the end. We make one deal and one deal only in the final season. A new centre-back replacing Bremer. In a swap deal it is Josko Gvardiol joining us for 34 million plus Bremer. Now I am changing Josko Gvardiol's position from a left-back to a centre-back. Only took him 2 weeks and he goes up to an 89. Which means that he will chop and change with Inacio on that left centre-back spot. Both 30 years old, 89 rated. And otherwise this team is just fantastic. I mean, yeah, what else could you improve? I don't think anything. First competitive match of the season, the UEFA Super Cup. Against Borussia Dortmund. Can we get the first point of Season 10? Yes. It is a Vlahovic brace and a Doku goal that give us the first final season, and we don't win Serie A as Napoli win that, 4 points ahead of us. We don't even win the Supercoppa. Napoli win the Supercoppa over Atalanta. We do win, however, the Coppa Italia 2-1 over Roma, at least 1 point. The big question is, can we make a big leap winning yet another Champions League? We topped our group ahead of Nice, 10 points ahead of them. Where are we? We got past, we tongued in fact, Stade Rennais 6-0. In the quarterfinals we even overcame Borussia Dortmund. But then we lost to Benfica. Benfica will face Inter in the final. 25 goals for Vlahovic is insane, 19 for Silvestri from the youth, he's 91 rated, Longo with 16, Adeyemi with 12. 12 and 12 for Doku, he's just a superstar. So this was it for the final takeover of FC24. FC25 is of course around the corner in a couple of weeks. So Juventus are placed in about, where are they? 8th place on 47 points after 10 seasons. 8th spot out of 11 total teams. We have Real Madrid atop the leaderboard alongside Arsenal, both on 70 points. Barcelona in third alongside Chelsea, both on 66. Then we have Leverkusen, a big leap down, 11 points below Chelsea and Barca on 55 points. Inter behind that, Napoli, and then come Juve. PSG, Liverpool and Manchester United who finished rock bottom of our Takeover leaderboard. They were one of the firsts, but one of the worsts. But lads, if you enjoyed this series and if you want me to continue the same journey, the same leaderboard, or a different one in FC25, please tell me in the comments. Drop a like as always on the video. And subscribe to the channel, that would really help the growth of my channel massively. Until next time, in a few days, probably finishing the Birmingham City career mode, as well as maybe making a couple more videos. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out!